I'm Josh. We're the Empty Pockets, and I play the guitar, sing, and write songs.
I also sing, play a little key sometimes, and also write songs.
And who are you?
I'm America.
Oh.
Um,
That's nice to know.
So good. But we're on the same page now.
I play bass and sing.
I'm Danny, and I play the drums.
My earliest musical influence is Van Morrison by a long shot. Oh, I remember in the car hearing la 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 bum bum bum. Oh, I love Van Morrison. That's mine.
Yeah, I would say Paul McCartney is mine. I sang his lines on every Beatles
Right.
song, so all of my harmonies are related to Paul McCartney for sure, and just love the guy. It's like the best,
He's
right?
a lovable guy.
Yeah.
The Beatles as a whole, all of them,
Well, that's
individually
All of them?
and together.
yeah.
That's me.
Probably one of my earliest was like John Lee Hooker, like really old Chicago blues.
Nice. Ours would be the opposite. Mine would be get out of college. What are you doing there? The music industry. I think Erica's would be get a master's degree.
I like school, but we worked really hard, and we studied our instruments. We played a lot of hours, and I think that adds up over time, hopefully to something great. And I think that's what we're trying to accomplish. So I guess you should try to do the same, and I think you can.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember, if you want to be in any part of the music industry, is that it's if it's what you love, which is what I love, what we love, it's amazing. And I think what we're learning is in a good way, but don't expect it to get easier. It doesn't get easier, and that's okay. That's cool. But
It gets awesomer. It just gets awesome.
Yeah, that's a good
it's a bad. At one point, I think we had the attitude of just this much more, and then it'll be whatever. I don't even know what we thought. Like
gold bricks.
Yeah.
That's what we were thinking.
we work hard, and we continue to work hard, and now we're not resigned, but we understand that if we want to do this, we're going to work hard for the rest of our lives. And if working hard in music, that's awesome.
That's really
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It makes it so much more fulfilling and easier to like really dig in and work hard when it's what you love, when you're filled with enough passion to just drive through the long days of putting hand to frets or hands to keys or paper to pen. Paper to pen. Yeah, it works. It's paper to pen. It's the other way. That's the way I write.
Desperate. Remember when we were desperate to play anything? There was a point where we just
We'd take
wanted to play
any
music
gig.
so bad. Nate and I went to play at the Taste of Chicago, and 6 hours later, we didn't have any money, but we just had like tickets. I remember looking down, and my guitar was just bloody, just filled, just covered. Everything was covered in blood, just because we've been playing for so long. Our fingers are all a mess, and now we try to remember that when we're like, I don't want to do this gig, and it's like, we played for 6 hours for nothing and bled on these instruments. So yeah, it's important to remember that.
I really like social media. We're trying really hard to be up on our A game in that department, and I think that we sort of feel like the more people we connect with, the more our fan base has a say in what we do, and the more we can communicate to them, and that's been really powerful for us. We've gotten a lot of awesome feedback on social media, so we dig it.
I totally agree with that, but there's a part of me that I hate it, because part of me that longs for the 60s, where it's just like it's because now there's so much you can communicate and everyone is communicating that I feel a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? To constantly communicate, and then to constantly communicate something inspired is hard. And so part of me really hates it, and then I love it. Obviously, like we played today, and people twittered about us,
and it was amazing.
I love it. It's great.
We
It's
were
good.
like
It's good.
freaking
And
out.
we've been tweeting all day as well.
Yeah, and we do it.
So we like it.
We like it,
We like
but
it.
there's it's an ego trip all the time, and that's another part of the ego trip. So when somebody writes on our Facebook page, oh, that's awesome.
Or we
But
put something out there and we get silence. It's like,
Right.
oh.
Or you go 2 days, nobody's contacted us via social networking, and you're like, what's wrong with us?
What have we done wrong?
And that's sick, because it's like, what do we need? Gratification every second of every day?
And we're pretty
Yes.
attached to
Yes.
these little
Yes, I do.
devices, these eye devices of sorts. And, the personal connection we still feel is the most valuable.
I called
would say.
my cell phone provider, who shall remain nameless, but it rhymes with rint, and I asked for a phone that makes phone calls, and they were like,
We don't
like a
have
camera
that.
phone,
We
and I
don't
was like,
have that.
no, I want this phone to. I don't want to be distracted. I want to make phone calls, and they didn't have one. They were like, we don't make those. We only make other devices.
We'll give you this crappy camera.
So,
It'll be fine.
it's a mixed bag. So many.
I have to say, today when we were playing our song "Take Me," and usually get a strong reaction from people, and I could see it today, like going over everybody, and I felt like crying. I was like, "Oh, this is really beautiful," but I was like, something I created and it's touching people, and they're touching me right back. So
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Erica made me go to an Indigo Girls concert, and they're all amazing. They're phenomenal. But that was actually not the moment. A woman opened for them, who's now a lot bigger than she was, named Brandi Carlile, and she played this song called Cannonball, and Amy and Emily came out and sang it, and I still don't understand how anyone didn't pay. You and I were just transfixed.
Riveted.
And some people were talking. It was at Ravinia in Highland Park in Illinois.
A beautiful venue.
She took me to a different place. We've seen her since too. We snuck in to see her again.
She's
She
fantastic.
moves me. I mean, oh my, Brandi Carlile. Oh, she sings straight from her soul. Amazing.
I think mine would be, incidentally, Indigo Girls related as well.
Indeed, I know this
The
story.
opener, I spoke of this story not so long ago, and David Crosby opened on solo guitar for Jackson Browne for the Indigo Girls on their Honor the Earth tour. And David Crosby's, he's playing and he sounds awesome and he's totally got the crowd. And all of a sudden in the middle of his performance, the lights go completely out and there's only the lights of the exit lights going on in the theater. He drops his guitar and he says, "I guess this is how it goes," and he just sings a cappella in like the most beautiful, and it just resonated everywhere, and that was a very powerful moment for me. It made me want to be on stage, and I don't know, I loved him in that moment.
The one moment that keeps coming back for me when I'm thinking about it is like the moment that I first really started exploring music outside of what my parents just played. And it happened to be something that my parents just played, which is ironic. But it was Natalie Cole singing Orange Colored Sky off of the Unforgettable album.
Yes.
And I was like, what is this glorious thing?
Yeah.
And I ran up to the stereo and I turned it up and I was like 11. This is way too old to be doing this. I was way into folk music and stuff, and it was weird. But I heard it and I'm like, this is incredible. What else is there? And my dad introduced me to his record collection, and it was all downhill once I found Mom's Black Sabbath tapes and all the jazz, and that was it. It was like,
Mom's Black Sabbath.
oh yeah, you wouldn't expect that.
Yes, we did.
By a long shot.
Yes.
1988. Michael Jackson. Do you know this moment I'm talking about? Solo on stage, he does a medley. It's The Way You Make Me Feel, and he starts it real slow until the gospel choir comes out and he does Man in the Mirror. You know this YouTube? Oh my God, go watch it.
It is
YouTube
ridiculous.
or whatever.
10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes.
To commercial.
And Michael Jackson, it's the greatest TV performance that has ever been, and
It'll give you chills even on YouTube.
Oh, it's so amazing. 1988 Michael Jackson Grammys. Best ever, I think.